Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watch Our Realms video. Today we are on the test server. We're going to be talking about the new Iovar. He looks really cool. We're going to test him out in a million different scenarios. We're going to test him out with Awaken 1 through 5. We're going to test him out in a little bit different gear stats. And then we are going to test him versus Aracha. So I'm going to go really quick through his kit because I've already reviewed it in other videos, but just want to go through it real quick. He has a 15% Lord skill. It also gives 15% damage times 3 every 20 seconds. So if you put down another faction, after 20 seconds, you get 15, then 30, then 45, etc. That is his passive Lord skill. His ultimate is very fast to use, and it only lasts 1.5 seconds. It does this thing with flying swords, and you get a trillion flying swords, and it gives you extra hits, and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of hits from this guy, and it also, when he uses his ultimate, it gives like this lingering thing where he gets a reduced attack interval, and he gets to deal some extra damage with 3 hits. And he has a basic attack that does 50% times 2. And he has something that penetrates defense. So he's a pretty cool hero. And we're going to test him out. He's pretty sweet. So enjoy the video. All right, here we go. Very first run. So I just recorded the first auto using the new Iovar. And he did decent, 78. Now everyone is A5 besides him, so I'm going to test him at A1, and then we're going to increase his awakens and see how he changes. So let's go. I just used these two for buffing invigoration set. Everyone on the team has invigoration set. We can watch some of the autos. I didn't feel like doing the whole manual setup. He has some crazy fast ultimates, so you can use ultimates like 2 times in a Dolores rotation, so it's really cool. That's why I have him in the SA set. So yeah, okay, that's that. There we go. So let's see here. Been updated, auto fight updated. Okay, 76. Very good, very good. So now what I'm going to do is I will just increase his awakens, and we'll look at his damage, and then maybe at the end I'll throw Aracha in, and we will compare the damage between the 2 teams and see how it changes. Okay, so I'm going to hit fight. We're going to go in here now. We're just going to add an awaken here and see how it changes him. So this one, when the ultimate ends, there's a 40% chance of generating an additional 4 flying swords. So I will use my awakens, and we'll do it again, and then we will compare all of the damage at the end, put it in a little table, and talk about it. Okay, so we'll just do one at a time, and then I'm just going to hit auto again. We'll record all these and see what happens, see how his damage changes. So I'll show you this full auto just to kind of show you what I did here. So we placed the 2 ground units first, we buffed them with Invig, then we placed all of the piercers, and then we put down the rest of our healers to get all of them in invigoration buff. We're basically using a rage regen strategy without Laurel, so I like using Hollow and Leia, just those 2 together. I'm waiting for the ultimate there. You can see how quick the ultimate is, right? So it's just like an instant 1.5 second ultimate, and then he gets a little bit of a buff after that lingers. But you can see how fast his rage bar goes up. It's quite crazy. He can use his ultimate quite a lot in a battle. This was really good blood. Obviously the best blood I had so far, so that's pretty cool. Got that shield down. That one I was almost perfect timing for. We got it just at the end of the shield there to finish it off, which is pretty good. And there we go. So what did he do, about 78 or something the first time? I'll put these all on the table at the end. We can review them, and I'll talk about each awaken. I think it was, what, 74 before? All right, 87. Okay, looks good, looks good. Hex, an absolute beast. So pretty cool there, okay. All right, so now we'll increase the awaken one time. This one won't do that much. It gives the flat attack, but it's airborne damage, unfortunately. So it won't have a huge effect, but that's okay. Okay, one more auto. We will fast forward through this and we'll look at the damage in a minute. Okay, here we go. We're going to get 78 something. So we got a little bit more blood. Let's see how his damage turned out. All right, 98. We're just into the 100 mil. I also changed his gear around a little bit for the last try. Okay, so we'll awaken him one more time. This will give us Victorious Pursuit here. So this is the buff that comes after his ultimate. Yeah, this is the buff that gives him a lot higher attack speed. I have him with a lot of attack speed, and maybe it's overkill. So we're gonna try a little different build at the end, see if we can maximize his damage a little bit better as well. Okay, here we go. Now this is Awaken 3. Let's see his damage with Awaken 3 and see how he does. Okay, that one was a little bit lower. Blood, obviously, there'll be a little bit of RNG in here, but I don't have the time to do, you know, multiple runs and average them all together. So let's just see. We're just looking at him. Okay, he's crossed 100 again. That one didn't do much, it seems. Okay, let's do one more Awaken. Awaken 4. We get some crit rate. That's literally not going to do anything, actually. So we're just not even going to test that because he's already crit capped. And then we'll just do A5 because it's literally going to be the same exact thing here. Okay. When deployed, immediately obtains 12 flying swords. That doesn't seem crazy strong, but we'll see. We'll see how that does. So now we're Awaken 5. Let's go. Okay, so here is the Awaken 5 test. We will come back in a minute, see how it is, and then we're going to try a little bit different gear set and or a little different stats, and then we'll test against Aracha. All right, here we go. We are finishing up the final run with A5. We got almost 79k blood. So it didn't seem to be a massive difference, but definitely I think he's going to be maybe 110 or so, 105. Let's see. What do we got going on? Then we'll get a little bit better stats on him, see if he can do a little bit better. 93, that's weird. Really weird. Okay, so he went down in damage for some reason. Clearly that doesn't mean much. There must have, I don't know why. What did A5 give him? Let's go check what that did here. So if we go in here, when deployed, yeah, okay. So I didn't think that was gonna do much because it's only gonna help really in the very beginning. So that's interesting. Okay, so that A5 doesn't seem very strong. Let's talk about the gear and then we will swap it out. So I have crit with some decent stats. I have attack speed and I have crit damage, and then we have a lot of attack and, you know, crit damage and stuff there. So we have quite a lot of attack speed, probably overkill. So we're going to try and do a different build with maybe try to get a little bit more crit damage and a little bit less attack speed and see how that does. So let's just swap with someone else. Let's see if I have a better set of gear here with a little bit higher stats. And I don't want to swap my Arrogance out. Maybe my Valeria. Let's see what she's got going on. So I'd lose a little bit of crit. I'd gain 31 crit damage. That doesn't seem very good. Okay, let's try this one maybe. No. Praetus. Really high attack. No. Pelagio. No. Comet maybe. There we go. All right, let's try this Comet build. This will give me more crit damage, about 55 more crit, about the same attack, a little bit less attack speed. Let's see how that one does. Is it this one better too? 40. Now let's try this one. Let's try this Comet build and we will see if this does any better. So basically what we gained is just a nice little chunk of crit damage and we just lost a little bit of attack speed. Let's see how high of damage we can get here. Maybe I should swap this out for like a little bit better piece here, huh? I have another crit damage piece. Yeah, let's do this one. A little bit more attack speed. Okay, let's just press auto again and we'll see a little bit better. See if we can get that number a little bit higher. See if we can get it up to, I don't know, 110 or so. And then we will try to throw a rack in and just see how the blood changes, right? We'll just see what kind of damage change we get here. Okay, 79k blood. Let's see how much damage we got with a little bit improved set. And then what we'll do is we'll swap a racket in and just see kind of the blood difference between the two. 112. Okay, not bad. About the same as Arrogance. Pretty solid, honestly, especially for a Lord. Some of the Lords, you know, they don't quite perform as good as some of the best heroes in the group. So here's the damage. Now we will compare this run versus the run with Aracha. So let's swap their gear and we will do another run. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna directly swap Aracha and Iovar's gear here because we'll just have Iovar now buff Invig. So, and then we'll just use the same exact gear set on Aracha, and that will give us a decent little comparison here. So this is what we'll do. We'll swap those, and now we'll redo our auto real quick, and I'll show you the auto, or the actual run, sorry. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna play test. Do we leave the same Lord? Or do we swap them? I think we swap the Lords. I think we swap the Lords to see the damage, because that's the real thing we want to test, right, is the difference between the two. So we'll swap the Lords now. Now we're going to use the Aracha bonus instead of his, and let's see how we do it. So we're going to hit playtest, and we're going to do basically the same thing that we did, except for now we're going to have Aracha as a damage dealer and Aracha's Lord bonus. Now, maybe I want to leave him as the damage dealer, actually. Oh, no, I can't because I already swapped their gear. All right, we'll just swap it. We'll just swap and swap, you know? Okay. Let's go. Same exact way we did it before. So we will drop Lust. Then we'll do Torador. This is exactly how I recorded the auto, so I'll show you that. Then we will do Arrogance. You probably have... You have the Invig now, so we'll go like that. We will get rid of you. We will drop... She does not have Invig now, so we'll just go like that. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And then finally we will put... we won't get the damage that way, though, unfortunately. I guess there's nothing I can really do. Okay. Alright, so we'll just see how this works out. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot less, but I won't show you the whole run. I'll kind of just show you the strategy, what I do here, and it's basically just using all the ults when they're ready. You can see we're about to. As soon as Dolores gets her ultimate ready, then we use Dolores, you, and we pop them all. And now we'll just rinse and repeat, and I will be back at the end of this, and we'll just see how Aracha's damage compares to Iovar, and just see... you know, what kind of difference we got going on here. Pretty cool. You can see Aracha has her permanent ultimate now. It's, haven't tested out this artifact yet, so it's kind of cool. It just shows her rage bar full, and it shows her little circle full, and just basically always going here. So, alright, I'll be back in a second here. We'll look at the damage of everyone. Okay, 72k blood, not terrible. I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit less, and we'll just see the damage here of everyone. Okay, Aracha, only 31. So that's the big difference between Iovar and Aracha. Aracha is not dealing a great amount of damage, but Iovar definitely can deal solid damage. So that's the big difference. Let's put all this together in a table, and I will go through the conclusions and what I think and all of that. Let's go. All right, here we go. So we have finished all the testing. Let's go through what we have learned. A0 through A2, not a huge difference. The A1 is pretty decent. You can see a nice little jump there, and then a little jump on the A2. A3 is about the peak of getting bonus damage. A5, obviously there's some RNG here, so this obviously didn't lose damage, but it's not going to be much of an improvement. A4 and A5 are not very important. You can see the blood in the corresponding sides over here. When I got rid of a little attack speed and went a little bit more crit damage, right here, you can see my initial build had a lot of attack speed, and I basically sacrificed some attack speed for some more crit damage, and that was better for his overall damage. Of course, in Guild Boss, crit damage is a lot more important than attack speed, and crit damage definitely scales better for Guild Boss, especially because he has some defense piercing, so you know, a really high attack isn't super beneficial for him because again, he doesn't have high defense anyways. Then I went and tested between Aracha and Iovar, and you can clearly see the difference. Iovar deals a crazy amount of damage versus Aracha. I tested A5 Aracha versus A5 Iovar, and they were in the same exact gear set. You can see massive difference in damage, and you can see the reflective damage in the blood that you got. Now, Hex is super RNG, so you can see 188, 168. Still, the Aracha is about equivalent, right? It seems in Guild Boss they get extra tiles from the damage just because the Guild Boss is set back and extra tiles away from, you know, the tiles, so they get the bigger damage bonus there. They both give airborne damage, which doesn't really help anything. you can see the damage between Silas is pretty much the same. Silas is a little bit more consistent for damage compared to Hex because he has the cards that deal a different amount of damage. So in the end, what have we found out? Iovar is a monster compared to Aracha in dealing damage. He's also a tile unit instead of a ground unit. So I think a lot of times I would rather have Iovar because I usually don't want to place a ground tile. I want to place like a regular tile so that he can, you know, deal damage that way. He's obviously going to deal a lot more damage than Aracha. Aracha does have some CC in her kit where he does not. He also is going to hit a massive amount of times. So if you want bosses where you have to hit multiple times, like in Immortal Codex, he's going to be way better there. When it's all said and done, he's pretty much going to be better almost everywhere just because he's going to deal so much more damage. Now, the Lord skills are very similar, and depending on the scenario, how far the enemy is away, if you're attacking an enemy that's really close to you, then, you know, Iovar is going to have a better Lord skill. If you're attacking something really far away, then Aracha is probably going to have a better Lord skill. So that is all the comparison. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.